Konnichiwa, YouTube! Genki desu ka? Kira-san here. I really shouldn't call myself Kira-san. That's kind of technically speaking rude. Oh well, I'm not here to give you a Japanese lesson. I'm here to spew out my verbal diarrhea in your general direction. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about drugs, alcohol, and, of course, smoking. And first on the list is drugs. Now here's the thing I don't get. What's the difference between drugs and alcohol? Why is one illegal and the other not? I want this question answered. Because why do they ban drugs? Because they're bad and they'll kill you, right? Well, not necessarily. Using in basic amounts, they basically do the same thing as beer. They make you really fucked up for a little while, and you might wake up a little the next morning. But, well, they're not going to kill you unless you start doing them in excess. Same thing goes with alcohol. So why do people make the distinction? I mean, hell, we should legalize marijuana just because of the fact that it has a lot of medical uses, probably more than even alcohol itself does. But, you know, that's just a crazy liberal hippie talking, who obviously doesn't know anything about medicine because she never worked in a hospital. She never got a doctorate. Which, the first is true, the second isn't. Now, for those of you who actually pay attention to the things I say in my videos, you've probably noticed I've mentioned several times that I am in fact a teetotaler. In other words, I don't drink. For those of you who haven't been paying attention, however, Oi! Wake up! Which is, ironically, another thing I have in common with Kent Hovind. See, me and him both won't drink alcohol. His reason is, of course, biblical, which is curious to me because doesn't Jesus turn water into wine in the Bible at some point? Why would he do this if drinking wine was evil? And you're not really going to turn water into wine just to impress people. You're going to expect them to drink it, aren't you? No. Whatever. My reason for not drinking is personal, rather. The first of which is, well, I'm underage. It's illegal, and personally I'm trying to stay in the best shape with the law that I can. Just for goodness sake, I suppose. Reason number two, it smells horrible to me. Whenever I get up and sniff a drink of alcohol, I just, bleh! And finally, I don't like the idea of having my judgment impaired. This happens with drugs, which is why I won't ever do drugs myself either. But, you know, I always like to be aware of what's going on around me. I always like to be aware of the world around me. And it seems the whole entire appeal of getting drunk is completely fucking up your senses to the point where everything just seems like a riot. I don't know. I suppose it can be fun, but I don't know. I'd rather just keep my head about me, I guess. That said, I have no problem if anyone else drinks, and I have no problem if anyone else drinks around me. So long as they're not one of those crazy violent drunks who every time they take a drink they go insane and start beating people, well then, yeah, I'm fine. And let me get that's comment straight with you guys before you start thinking something. No, drinking isn't inherently evil because it makes some people, both men and women, get very violent. It's not inherently evil because of this. Drinking is whoever drinks the alcohol. In plain terms, if you're going to be a violent drunk, stop drinking! And, well, don't become an alcoholic. Those are really the only two things. Don't become a drug addict, don't become an alcoholic. Seriously. Alright, and finally I'm going to talk to you real quick about smoking. You know, I've always been kind of bipolar about this because my entire motto is basically, do what you want, just make sure you don't hurt anybody. Fucking fly is back. This little shit has been in my room for like a week now, and I can't get him out. Every time I try to get him, he just flies away. Son of a bitch, where'd you go? Anyway, yeah, you can do what you want, and I really wouldn't care. But smoking, well, first of all, it hurts other people, secondhand smoke. And also, having worked in a hospital, I know a little bit more about medical science than the average layperson. I don't have a doctorate, So I couldn't really tell you all sorts of medical stuff, but I have taken anatomy courses, and I have worked at the hospital, and I have been in the ER once or twice. But so I kind of know exactly what's going on when someone smokes a cigarette. They're basically raping their lungs with tar. And the thing about this is, I feel bad when I point this out to people. I really do. I mean, I feel horrible when I point this out to people because, you know, what they're doing is their choice, and I really shouldn't have any say in it, but I don't know. I just rather they stay healthy, and, well, I can't really change it if they've started smoking, and usually I can't even tell them to stop smoking, because first of all, that's rude. How much would you like it if some random, crazy, tiny chick came up to you, "Hey, you should stop smoking, you're doing horrible damage to your lungs"? Then again, I probably wouldn't even be able to get that close, because I cannot stand the smell of cigarettes. I can't. It's like, every time someone smokes around me, I feel the insides of my nose literally burning away. It's the most annoying thing I could ever put up with. And it's why I hate being at the bus stop, because everyone likes to smoke, and it's just, my nose. Ugh. It's disgusting to me. It's one of the most offensive smells I could ever smell. And no, not offensive as in, oh, that's, ooh, you hurt my feelings. You should stop that. No, it's offensive as in, it's attacking me and I want to get away from it. It's attacking my nostrils. And so I don't know. I think smoking should be made illegal, but I don't know. I don't like lecturing people about smoking for some reason, because to me it seems like I'm saying, you know, you're wrong and you should change the way you act because I say so, and I don't know. It's not like they're going to listen, and most of the time they just get defensive and it's, you know, it's my choice and I don't care that I'm ruining my lungs. Well, first of all, it's not just yours, and, well, again, it just seems rude to me, and I can't fucking really, like, say anything more on that, so I'm gonna stop. Alrighty, that's about it. Peace, love, and the inevitable flowers.